The first disaster that happened in the movie Knowing was February 12th, 1959, the plane crash. Before Mercury Rising, there was the movie, Knowing was the movie Mercury Rising, written by the same scriptwriter, Ryan Douglas Pearson. Here are taglines from the movie Mercury Rising. NSA, National Security Agency in Utah. Top secret government code. The code no one could crack. Somebody knows too much. Bruce Willis was the FBI agent. Alec Baldwin was the bad protagonist, evil villain. April 1st, 1998 was the California premiere. 4,008 days later is the movie Knowing, written by the same screenwriter. Knowing is everything. What happens when the numbers run out? The numbers are a warning, and these are all taglines. They're a warning to everyone. Nicolas Cage, March 20th, 2009, USA release. 4,008 days between. Just like there were 4,800 days between 9/11 and the new Twin Tower opening on the 3rd of November 2014 in Obama's second term as president. Same information twice. Alright, the movie Knowing. Interestingly, from the 4th of August 1961, which is shown in the movie, there are 48 years. 48th year was 2009. 48 years, 2 months and 16 days. A man born on the 4th of the 8th, 216th day of the year is the last disaster in the movie where the solar flare comes in and takes everybody out. The numbers are shown there. 216 on the radio when Beethoven's Symphony No. 7 is playing. And then they show the steps of Parliament in Victoria, Melbourne. And his family, Nicolas Cage's immediate family, father, mother and sister, all live or all together at that point in the movie at address number 48. Obama 4th of the 8th, 61, like we just said, 216th day of the year. 48 years, 2 months and 16 days, which you've just seen. Radio 216, like I just said, 48 on the door. Last disaster, EE, that's a part of the movie. It stands for everyone else. Solar flare, like I've written there. What happens when the numbers run out? 6 on the door, 6 on the train, 6 on the petrol station Bowser, 216 on the radio, 48 on the door, 666, 216, 48. Everyone else. And the movie's connections further in time to Apophis 99942. Obama's inauguration 2009, 216th year at the White House, turned 48 in his first year of power in the White House. 48 days after his inauguration is the release date of the movie Knowing in New York City. The USA statewide release date, 2 months and 16 days later, is Obama's speech, his one and only trip to Egypt, where he gave a speech where the world's faiths, the Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam should all come together as one. That is called interfaith, ecumenicalism, interfaith, and it's unbiblical. It's what the Antichrist and the false prophet would call for. Obama only went to Egypt once in his 8 years of his presidency. This is how part of what Obama's presidency looks like, broken down to the numbers. Inauguration day, 2 months, 16 days later, he calls for nuclear disarmament from his speech in Czechoslovakia. 8461 later, he's in Egypt giving a speech calling for the world's faiths, 3 biggest faiths, to come together as one. Man born on the 216th day of the year, 8th of the 4th, 61, including world time zones, 8461. And a further 606 weeks and 6 days on from there covers you till Biden's inauguration on the 20th of January 2021. Crazy, eh? From the inauguration of January 20th, 2009, bang, 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 through to 606 weeks and 6 days. Don't have it written there. Equals the 20th of January 2021. Biden moves into the White House for Obama's unofficial third term. 216-8461-666. Inauguration 2009 to inauguration of 2021. What happens when the numbers run out? October 19, 2009, solar flare hits end Earth, end of the world. 18 years on from the solar flare in the movie. 4861 Apophis. And they made a follow-up movie for 2030, set in 2030, called The Humanity Bureau, What We Can Expect the World to Look Like by 2030. Go and watch it. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, we jump to now, with Steve Carell, who also played Evan Almighty, God, along with Bruce Almighty. Morgan Freeman was God. What else? The other one, Bruce Almighty and Steve Carell wasn't God in Evan Almighty. Morgan Freeman was. So this is a Steve Carell film. 666-4861, Apophis 99942. That's the takeaway here. Same as the movie Knowing scene when he's drinking the whiskey, Nicolas Cage, and he's on the couch and he looks down on the sheet. He's looking for 81. Before it gets to the 81, it shows you left to right on the second row from the bottom, 61, 48, 666 in the movie Knowing scene. 66, 48, 61, 61, 84, 666. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Matilda is the name of the asteroid in this film. Swap it out for Apophis. President Obama climbs Coco Crater. Covered this already. White House on the same day, back in the US mainland, released a statement by President Obama while he was on holiday climbing Coco Crater. President Obama to honour the nation's leading scientists and innovators. Science and technology are fundamental to solving some of the nation's biggest challenges, President Obama said. 4,861 days later, Barack Obama born on the 4th of the 8th, 61, is Apophis. D-Day. Programming. It's coming, folks. This is how they tell you. The very next month, after December, was January 2016. What happened back in the US? Last year of Obama's presidency, NASA forms the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. You can look that website up. Please do. Please must do. Planetary Defense Coordination Office. Their motto is here to save the day. Headquarters were in Washington, D.C. This was shown in the movie Don't Look Up, 2021. Its mission is to look for and catalogue near-Earth objects such as comets and asteroids. They're called NEOs, near-Earth objects. Potentially hazardous objects that could impact Earth, and to help the US government prepare for a potential impact event and coordinate events to mitigate and deflect potential threats if one is detected. This is the agency in the film where they say, is that really an agency? Yeah, it is. And the black guy that's the astrophysicist, he would just swap him out for Neil deGrasse Tyson in real life. The astrophysicist that has warned about Apophis, which I've covered in videos, which you need to go and watch everything that man has talked about Apophis online. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay, we've covered this on the whiteboard. I'll just let it speak for itself. A Promised Land book. First announcement and the release date. 18 weeks. If you look at my Facebook page, Ruben Betteridge, you'll see the video for Salvation that I just recently posted up. Asteroid is just 6 months away from colliding with the Earth. Wormwood prophecy. Now, I haven't spoken about this. There's a scene in this episode with a woman, the journalist, she gets up and she discovers that the Samson asteroid is Wormwood from Revelation chapter 8. She stands up in the middle of her office, journalistic office for the newspaper, and says, "Can anyone bring me a King James Bible?" Really? I just laughed when I heard that, when I watched that. It was great. Great. 9/11. From the first release to Apophis. Last released Barack Obama, Apophis, CBS airing in America between these two dates, 2 seasons. 2 months. Yes. 2 months, 1 year, 6 days. I got it right this time. Oh, I'm going to have to do another part 7, I think I'm up to, aren't I? Yes. Thanks for listening.